What up, everybody? It's Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I'm Jason Lee.
I'm Alyssa Ford, aka the Curb Queen.
Yeah, I was DJ Damage.
Okay, so because of the coronavirus, I'm not able to have this interview in a studio that we would all love to have because we need that energy. Cultural and hip hop icon Dame Dash.
What's happening? I appreciate that.
Hi, Dame.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
You're one of the best people to interview. And I was sitting here this morning watching all of your previous interviews, and I'm like, man, how do we make this even half as good as Nick Cannon's conversation or some of these others? But I kind of feel like every interview you do, you always got something new to talk about, and you really are the definition of not giving a f.
I appreciate you noticing that. Thank you. There's always some new things happening, and as I evolve and as I learn things, I try to teach it. And every time I have a platform, I try to use it to sort of help the people that I love, which is my culture. So I just try to teach them the things I learn. I try to, expose people by name who I feel have hurt me and hurt others, and I try to fight for those that won't fight for themselves. It's just how I'm built and wired.
But that takes a lot of courage, because I think where I look at you and look up to you is in building my brand, Hollywood Unlocked. I've done it all on my own, so I don't have the fear of the industry politics. If I say this, I'm going to piss off this group. If I say that, I'm going to lose this. And I look at you as kind of being the blueprint for that. Like, you really, when you say you name names, you say it so people get it, and there's no gray area. And that has to come from a place of courage, though.
Well, here's the thing. What I've noticed since a very young age is the whole world is controlled by fear. And fear is what makes people not make their dreams become realized. Fear stops you from doing things you enjoy because you're worried about what other people think. Fear of credit, fear of getting bad grades, fear of not having a job, fear of not making someone happy that you don't like so that they won't pay you or will pay you. So I've eliminated that from my whole emotion. The only thing that scares me is fear. And when I feel it, it makes me angry. I'd rather be angry than scared. And it's a very temporary thing for me if I feel it at all. So I think if people would just function without fear, being cautious makes sense, being respectful makes sense, having honor lead your action. And at the end of the day, if you're fighting for love, you have nothing to fear. Love protects you. If you're fighting for yourself, then you have a lot to fear. If you're fighting for self-preservation, and if you're only thinking about, if you can afford a 2-seater car or a studio apartment, you're only thinking about yourself. When you think about business, you don't think only about you. You think about the people that are helping you make your dreams come true. They actually come first. Your dreams become their dreams. When you win, they win. When you're fighting for something other than yourself, if love is the factor that you're fighting for, there should never be fear to fight for what you love.
Absolutely.
You talked, I've watched a few of your interviews. I mean, me and Dame go back a long time, like 20 years.
That's Melyssa Ford?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't even see that. What's happening?
Hey, boo. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. We literally go back 20 years. We were on that yacht during Big Pimpin. When you started doing that.
That was definitely a different Dame ago, and I apologize years ago for that. Years ago.
You did. No, you did. I wanted to acknowledge the shift. There's definitely been a shift. And you are a fascinating interview, from being somebody who's like a friend, I can also remove myself and watch your interviews as somebody, as a student and a fan. And one of the things that I like most about what you said, I think it was an interview that you did with Nick Cannon, when you talked about people being a slave to patterns. And how habitual, people can be, and how that kind of imprisons us. In considering what we're all going through now as the collective with coronavirus, being home, and now we're having to discover what our new normal might be. What's some advice that you can give to people who might have to just completely redesign their lives once we get out of this?
Well, number one, they should embrace it. The majority of us don't love our lives, so a change should be welcome. And the thing about change is a lot of people are lazy, and they would rather be miserable than do something that's unknown to them. So sometimes you have to be pushed into a situation that you might not think is comfortable. And at the end of the day, it'll be better for you. So what I believe is, and what I've been actually telling people for the last 10 years, is learn how to make something that gives you residual income so you can make money by the pool. You've known me for the last 20 years. 10 of that, Rockefeller was not in my life at all. I wasn't coming outside and I was getting money by the pool. I had readjusted my whole business model to facilitate what's going on right now. You see, the thing about entertainment is traditionally it's recession proof, but it's not pandemic proof. See, when there's a recession, people want to escape. They go to the club. They go to performances. They go to the movies. But right now, you can't do any of those things. Music streaming is actually down. But what is recession proof is things that people can enjoy from their house. Content is pandemic proof. Liquor is pandemic proof. Weed is pandemic proof. I happen to be in that category of content. And I've been preparing for this moment, even not knowing that it happened. Really what it means is if you're independent and you've been independent, you don't have so much concern because you're not worried about somebody telling you what to do. Now, if you haven't been independent for the last 10 years, you're only concerned about what is my boss going to say? When is the next time someone's going to give me a check? And what am I going to sell now? Right? So I've been preparing for this moment where everyone else's numbers are down. Streaming services, which is the business I'm in, content, which is the business I'm in, it's all up. And that's why I launched my own television network and my own streaming service. And also, I'm disgusted with the We channel. I'm disgusted with E1. I don't like the fact that for us to tell our stories, we have to go through a white production company or else a network will not hire us. And I'm sick of that shit. So instead of just complaining about it, I'm going to bring awareness to it. I'm going to call out names like Tara Reid. No, not Tara Reid. Tara, what's her name?
Long.
Tara Long. Tara Long from E1. I'm saying her name. I'm saying from We Channel. I just be forgetting her last name. But her name is Lauren something. Gillard. Lauren Gillard from We Channel. Mark Hedwick, who's a nerd, who wears H&M suits and tries to front like he's an off the rack kind of guy. And he has the nerve to try to tell a boss what to do. And I hate the fact that I watch all these people that aren't from my culture get promoted every time they capture our dysfunction. So instead of complaining about it, I started my own network. I make my own content. I have my own studio, which is fully functioning right now. And I'm still making content in a safe way because I own the cameras and I can distribute. So where they're frozen, I'm not. Where they're weak, I'm strong. And it's time. I'm taking that block. I want the We channel. I want everyone to really see how racist they are. And I've made content that's better than theirs. And all we have to do is stick together and support. And we will be okay. And we'll come out of it stronger than we could. Trust me on that.
Now somebody over at We TV told me that, somebody that's affiliated with We TV told me that We TV is the new Death Row Records.
I mean, I wouldn't, I would say that We TV is an old business model. And right now, I'm putting them out of business because it's going to be a new day. And I would say if you're going to compare them to anybody, don't compare them to a black company because no black company's been able to exploit another culture the way We Channel and We TV is exploiting us. Death Row was putting out music and they were putting out music from their point of view and their people were putting out. They had partners, but this isn't even that. You understand? This is other people laughing at us that aren't from our culture and making money from it and profiting from the dysfunction and trying to make legends look like peons. They trying to normalize us. Instead of showing the positive, they show the negative. What I noticed is they would actually be in my studio, my 6,000 square foot facility in Burbank, and they would never say it. They would actually have it calling at my house. I'd be like, yo, why you editing it like that? Why is it that you're trying to make me look like I'm not doing nothing today? Like I need y'all. Like I'm not only here, but and I just know that they're doing that to everybody, and it just has to stop. Mark, you gotta stop fronting. You're a nerd. Datari is black. This was his idea. And the first 2 years I saw him, and after that, I only saw him at the party.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.